Hi everyone, croeso mawr, big welcome to you all. And today, I'm not in the garden with you. It's a bit grim outside, so I wanted to bring you inside into the wooden cabin and I want to talk to you about something that I don't really think gets spoken enough about. And it's obviously to do with herbal medicine. How do you actually choose the right herbal path for you? Because it needs to be good for you. And nowadays, there's so much out there courses, trainings, teachers, traditions, and it just feels overwhelming. And for me, herbalism isn't just about learning information, it's about becoming something, it's about creating relationship, and it's about practice. It's about that moving from knowledge into action. And I think a few things really matter when you're choosing who to learn with. The first thing I would say matters is, are you actually being taught to work with the plants that are actually around you, that live with you, that you see walking out in the countryside, that you see coming up in the pavements when you're walking in the city or in the towns? That you're working with herbs, not herbs that are arriving in plastic bags from the other side of the world, where you have no idea how those herbs have been grown, how the people that gather those herbs have been treated. We want to work with the plants that are growing under our feet. These are the ones that you can forage. The ones that you have grown up with, maybe your parents, your grandparents, your great grandparents grew up with. It's the same landscape for you to go and make your medicine with. Because that changes everything. It moves you from theory into relationship. And that is key with herbal medicine. I get so many people contacting me and saying, I've done my herbal medicine, even degree sometimes, and they haven't touched a plant. They still can't recognize the main plants that we work with. Even sometimes obvious things like lemon balm, they still don't know how to recognize. And people do foundation courses and they say, I'm not learning about the plants that are outside my front door. So the first question to ask you, are you being taught to work with the plants that are actually around you? The second question is about tradition. And this can sometimes feel a bit uncomfortable to talk about, but I think it really matters and I think we need to go there. Is the teaching rooted in a living tradition or is it something that has been pieced together? When I was doing a lot of my herbal trainings and naturopathic trainings, it was, oh, we'll take a bit from this culture, we'll take a bit from this culture, and we'll mash it all together. And it just doesn't sit right with me. You know, there's that cultural appropriation, and I always encourage my students to come towards cultural appreciation. A living tradition is something that's been passed through generations. It has depth, it has context, and it has belonging. And remember that tradition isn't something fancy because lineage these days has also turned into ego. Here in Wales, our living tradition that has been passed down and is alive in our folk tradition, I would say probably originates from the Welsh myth we have, the physicians of Myddfai, where Wales was gifted our herbal knowledge from a fairy from Anwfan, the Welsh otherworld. And I've heard people over the years say they're a long lost relative of the physicians of Myddfai, or they are reincarnated actual members of the physicians of Myddfai family. And this is basically glamorizing what doesn't need to be glamorized. Your lineage is good enough. For me, I talk about my parents, my grandparents, my great grandparents, and stories that were passed down to them. So it's not something that can be claimed, it's something that is in you. And for me, that is working with the Welsh tradition and Welsh herbalism. It comes through a connection to the Welsh land, the Welsh language, and the Welsh culture. And the question that usually comes up then is, but can I do it if I'm not Welsh? Well, for that reason, I teach the Welsh language and I show the Welsh land, or if you come and work with me in person, you're on the Welsh land because you need one of those three. You need blood, language, or land. But there's a great quote by Gwynfor Evans, who was the first Plaid Cymru MP. Anyone can be Welsh as long as you're prepared to take the consequences. And what that means is looking at Welsh further than just blood. It's an identity, it's a commitment. It's about stepping into a culture by stepping into the language, the reality, the place, the history, what they've been through, the blood, sweat, and tears, not just observing the nice, shiny, pretty stuff from the outside. And I think this is true with herbalism. It's quite ironic, really, that a lot of herbalism isn't rooted in a culture and a tradition when herbalism is all about being rooted. And the third thing is, are you actually being guided to make the medicine? Because you can read the books, you can go to the master classes, you can watch this video here with me, but you still might not be actually moving from knowledge into making. Until you've stood in your kitchen or your garden or woodland and you've actually made something with your hands, it's only then something shifts. Then you become a herbalist. You move from knowing into doing, and something changes. Now, right now, that feels more important than ever. Reducing medicine miles, knowing how to work with what is around you, not being reliant on something arriving from far away. So, if you've been sitting in that place of, well, I've learned a lot, but I haven't actually started yet, and you want that shift to happen from knowledge into making, I have something coming up where I'm going to guide you through this process step by step, where you'll actually make your first herbal medicine with me. You can join me on Zoom for 3 sessions. I'm going to explain the herbs that you can use, teaching you the Welsh tradition, the story, the tradition, the folklore. And then together we will make our first herbal remedy. You will then leave it brew, and we will meet for the last time where I'll show you how to strain it and we'll talk about how you can use it. So this is starting on April the 7th. So you need to join me before April the 7th. And I'm inviting you to step out of learning and into doing. It's £29 for the 3 sessions, and it's called the Wild Welsh Medicine Making Challenge. If you can't come to the live sessions, don't worry. I'm going to be recording all the sessions, and you've got till the end of April to watch them all. But equally, if that doesn't sound like the right fit for you, there are other paths out there. If the Wild Welsh Medicine Making Challenge does sound like the right fit for you, the link is in the description, and I would absolutely love to join me. And I'll be this side of the camera making medicine, and you'll be that side of the camera making medicine, and you'll be with a community of other people making medicine together. So I hope some of you do decide to join me for the Wild Welsh Medicine Making Challenge for just £29 for the 3 sessions. But even if you don't, and it doesn't feel like the right fit, the important thing is that you find one that is rooted, real, and actually brings you into relationship with the plants. Moving from knowledge into making, because that is where the magic happens. So I hope I see some of you live on Zoom on the 7th in our first session together. Remember, if you can't make the first session, it's all going to be recorded. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel or to Instagram, wherever you're watching this video on. And I look forward to sharing more with you about Wild Welsh herbalism in the future.